Hi guys, how are you? It's Callan. Today I'm going to be sharing tips for learning Italian or really any language. I am by no means completely fluent in Italian by now, but I definitely have picked up a few things that I think are helpful. The first tip, watch shows in the language that you want to learn, specifically Netflix, and only watch Netflix shows in the language you want to learn. So for me, I only watch Netflix in Italian. Right now I'm currently watching Pretty Little Liars with English subtitles, and that's really cool because if they say something, I know the translation and it kind of all makes sense. It's probably the easiest way to learn your language. It's literally watching Netflix. So it's like the easiest thing you can do. But along with watching Netflix in the language you want to learn, try to avoid watching Netflix in English or the language of your mother tongue. And I watch a lot of Netflix, but I actually just asked for a TV in my room so I can always have Italian playing. Pretty Little Liars has actually helped me a lot with my Italian, and I've only been watching it for like season 1, but just having it on I know is helping me. My second tip is to ask questions. Ask as many questions as you possibly can. It's only gonna help you in the long run. I always say, "Como se dice? Como se dice?" My next tip is apps. You may have heard of Rosetta Stone or Duolingo. I did Duolingo before I came to Italy, and I gotta say, Duolingo works if you use it as a base. Duolingo, in my opinion, will not make you fluent, but it is a really, really good base to have. It's really important not to just do Duolingo and think that that's okay. 5 minutes a day, you're gonna be fluent. Yes, you're learning Duolingo curriculum, but you're not exactly learning what is necessary to use in the real world. I'm not very familiar with apps. They don't tend to excite me. Like, I tend to just stop using them and forget about them and whatever. If apps work for you, go for it, but I am not very big on apps just because I'm really bad at disciplining myself. So for me, just like watching Netflix in Italian is so much easier than like having to go on an app and do the thing every day. It feels like work. That's kind of the secret with learning a language. That's the cool thing about learning a language too, is that it doesn't have to be work. You can literally sit and watch Italian shows. You just sit and listen. You really don't have to participate consciously. It's kind of great. My next tip is sticky notes. Now, my friend Sophia's host parents did this for her, and I think it's a really, really great idea. I did this when I was home in the States, and I actually did help a lot. Like, I know a lot of words just from the sticky notes that I did in the States, but they were kind of random things like shelf and cabinet and door, things that you use but not really. My next tip is to buy a lot of gelato, especially if you're in Italy. When you buy a lot of gelato, you have to order, right? And you have to be very specific with your order, and you have to say flavors of gelato that are a little bit exotic and a little bit hard to say. So my tip on here specifically for exchange students coming to Italy: order as much gelato as you possibly can. Learning Italian is fun. You're watching Netflix, you're eating gelato, it's all good. This next tip I kind of touched on my Netflix tip. Don't watch... Everything's so loud here, but don't watch English shows or shows in your mother tongue. It's not helpful. You really have to watch American shows or American videos. Make sure that you find videos and shows that are dubbed over in your language. You might as well enjoy yourself and learn at the same time. My next tip is listen. That's it. In school, I find myself just like zoning out and daydreaming and whatever, but if I were just to listen, I could maybe pay attention. It's such an exhausting thing to listen all the time and try and understand and you know, you're learning this new language and it's so exhausting. I mean, I don't think people tell you that. Not just listen, but try and understand. Like, think about what they're saying. It's really easy when someone talks to you in a language you don't understand to zone out and just not think about what they're saying. What I mean is to like really think about what they're saying, even if it's a presentation or it's something you don't really care about, and it's so easy to zone out, guys. Just listen, observe, and good things will come. And my last tip, this may seem self-explanatory, but want to learn. Especially if you're on exchange, you're there to learn their language, and wanting to learn the language doesn't mean me telling you to want the language. It means for you to want to learn the language. And I have to work on this every single day, you know, to wake up and be ready to go and, you know, be happy that I don't understand. Really, that's what you have to do. You just have to be happy that you don't understand, because you're learning and it's a magical process, and that's all you can do. Those are all of the tips I have written down on my list. I hope you guys enjoyed, gained something from this video. The most important tip on this list, I would say, is wanting to learn, because you can do all of these, but you only can do them if you want to do them. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Callum McDonough, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.